Hello YouTube and welcome to the first video on the channel and the first episode in the Monogatari series reactions. Today we're going to be reacting to the first episode of the Monogatari series, that is Bakemonogatari episode 1. Well, first, just a bit of background on what I'm doing here. This is going to be an anime reaction video with a large chunk of analysis on the end, I hope. This show should provide it, we hope. I have a history and film and TV analysis and that kind of thing, so hopefully we can try to apply this to the Monogatari series. I feel like I'm in a unique spot with my anime knowledge. I've seen a lot of anime that are inspired by this one, including, where is it? Up there. Kaguya-sama. And also, what else has been inspired by Monogatari? Loads of stuff. Rascal Dreams of Bunny Girl Senpai, that's another one off the top of my head. I've seen that show. I've seen enough anime to know what anime is, to understand the culture and that kind of thing around it, but I've also, not seen, well, this show for a start, and a lot of other shows, so I think it puts me in a unique spot to start reacting to this stuff. I'll link my mail down below, and you can kind of have a look at what I've seen before and what I think of them and that kind of thing, and encourage you commenters to put more shows down below that you want me to react to and analyze and do that kind of thing. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Okay, the Monogatari series. What do I know about it? I know that a lot of people like it. It is generally reviewed quite well, which is great. I hope I enjoyed it as well. Seems awesome. Believe it or not, I've seen the first 2 episodes. Wait, no, the first 2 minutes of the first episode of this show. I saw it like 4 years ago, and all I remember is somebody running. We'll see if somebody runs in the show in the first 2 minutes, and then I can tell you that I remember it. When I was perusing the mail page, and also earlier, like ages ago, I saw that it had the tag vampire. This is interesting. From all of the art and that kind of thing for this show, I wouldn't imagine that it's supernatural at all in the slightest. So we'll see what we get. What else? I've seen 2 of the openings of the show. I've seen Renai Circulation and Platinum Disco. I also seem to remember there being something about a stapler as well, but I can't tell you that off the top of my head. Where I could, tell you how Renai Circulation goes right now. Most people have seen it. It's a big meme. Okay, let's think about the title. Well, it's the Monogatari series. Monogatari meaning story. I've recently watched what was that show? Heiki Monogatari from Naoka Yamada. And that was Story of the Heiki, or Heiki story. So let's infer that this is Bake's story. But also I know that Bakemono means monster, or something to that effect. So monster story. Maybe I should have expected that from the vampire tag, but anyway, I digress. There's also some discussion about the watch order of this show. I think it's light novel order versus chronological order. I would love to be educated on this and which one we should do in the future. I understand that both start with Bakemonogatari, so I shouldn't be stuffing anything up straight away, which is good. Who makes this show? Studio Shaft. I have seen, let's say, 2 or 3 Studio Shaft anime to completion. So I've seen all of Madoka, and I've seen all of Sangatsu no Lion. Those are 2 very good shows. You should watch both of those shows if you haven't. They're extremely good. I would count Madoka as one of my personal favorites. What else? I've seen some of Pretty Boy Detective Club just because I was going through seasonals at the time and like, oh yeah, what's this? Oh, Shaft. Let's watch that. I've seen. Are they involved in Oreimo in any case? I can't believe my sister is that cute or whatever they call that shit. I've seen a little bit of that as well, much to my disgust. What was the other one? Assault Lily. I've seen a little bit of that. I think that's Shaft. Weird. It was okay. I actually didn't mind it. Okay, let's talk about. So I've looked up on ANN and it says it's got 2 directors. One was a series director and the other one's just director. So I've got Tatsuya Oshii and Akiyuki Shimbo. I don't know who's going to be more responsible for this show, but I know that Tatsuya Oshii. I haven't really seen much stuff that he's directed. Seems to be working a lot on Monogatari series and Shaft's other shows, Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. Plus some random Yu Yu Hakusho stuff. So this is just from ANN, so it could be, incorrect. Anyway, Akiyuki Shinbo, he's done like loads of stuff. Seems like an industry vet and personally directed the two shows I mentioned earlier, Madoka and Senkatsu no Line. So yeah, seems like he knows what he's doing. That's always good. I like people that know what they're doing. Series composition by Fuyashi To. Just seems like a Shaft staffer. Just loads of Shaft stuff if you go through his anime list or ANN or any of that stuff. The script, okay, it had two writers here. Seems like it's kind of split, one half of the series and the other. So we'll see what we get from this. Munamasa Nakamoto, he seems to work on lots of Monogatari stuff, and but the stuff outside of Monogatari that he's worked on, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for me. So what do we have there? We've got Recreators. That I thought Recreators was lame. I know a lot of people like it, but I just thought it was really lame. What's the other? Mushoku Tensei recently. I like Mushoku Tensei. That's good. But also Sword Art Online. I haven't seen Sword Art Online, but I hear lots of bad things. So I don't know. Maybe he's fine. but we'll see. The other writer was Yukito Kizawa. Yukito Kizawa. Who has worked on a lot of the same stuff actually. Now this is where I got very excited. Music is very important to me and in animation and in film and all these kind of things. If you don't have a good soundtrack, I probably don't like you. If I go through some of my favorite shows, K-On!, Clannad After Story, Your Name, love Your Name, Liz and the Bluebird, what else? Hyoka, even Kaguya-sama has fantastic music. If you don't have good music, I probably don't like your show. That's basically what I'm getting at. And the music here from, who is it? Satoru Kosaki, who's worked with Monica as a music designer. Just outstanding stuff, like completely and totally. Like 3 shows like that I want to highlight that have excellent music that he's worked on. The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, along with the rest of the Haruhi Suzumiya series. Just even so, the tunes are good, but the musical direction in it is stellar. Beastars, just great music, fantastic music. And Vivi from who made that Wit that came out last year. Yeah, another great show, highlighted by fantastic music that Vivi herself sings, as well as all the background stuff that's in the show as well. So I'm excited to hear the music of the show. I've seen Monogatari music compilations made on YouTube, and that normally indicates that the soundtrack's pretty good. If people want to listen to it in their own time, then yeah, duh. I looked at some of the other stuff, and none of them really stood out based on what I had already seen and from what I can infer that this show will be like. So, but if there's other stuff that are important, please comment down below and let me know. Because that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in, following, the industry and people, coming up through different ways and working on different things and seeing if I can see connections, and that's interesting to me. So hopefully we can do this. Just some few expectations for the show. I'm very excited to see this. I've been waiting a long time to do this. The first episode is called Hitagi Crab, and I have no idea what that means. This should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. I'm pretty sure there'll be a timer-based version of this reaction video and a picture-in-picture version. But for now on YouTube, there'll just be the timer version. I don't know if what I can host the picture-in-picture version on. I'll have a look into that, and if it's down there, it's down there. If it's not, it's not. Okay, shill stuff. If you like what you see after this video, please consider subscribing. Like the video, all that kind of shit. Comment down below. Really, the most important one is comment down below. I want to generate some discussion here. Especially, I'm going to read the comments, but try not to spoil stuff. I know it's hard when you've seen the show before, and it's very easy to infer certain things about the show, even if you don't directly spoil it. But I'll be trying to read down there and reply to a bunch of stuff like that. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, I've got the episode up. It's at 0 seconds. The time code in the video is 25:57. I'll show the bottom portion of the video just for a little bit so you can sync up your version. And then from then on, I should have a timer there. If not, just run it from the sync and it should be okay as well. Oh yeah, just another bit as well. So I've got a number of subtitle tracks here now that I've got the video file open. I've got the Annie version 4 subs, the Cole Girls version 3.1, and the MTTBB subs. I'm going to pick the first one here. The what is this? The Annie version 4 subs in English. I think that's probably the best one. If not, just let me know which sub track I should be using. I don't know if there's a specific preference or anything like that in the community. We're gonna play this by ear. There's the bottom portion of the video, and you can sync it up from there. The video is at 0 seconds and 0 milliseconds, and I'm going to hit the play button. All right, wish me luck. Let's get our analysis caps on. I'm very excited. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, walking past. That's the word private high school. He's looking. Oh. I didn't know it was like that. This early, huh? We're really just jumping right in. Oh, I don't know what all that was. I might have to go back to see that. Front gates of Naoetsu High School. You can already tell this is a show produced with purpose. Oh, that's very Shaft. Oh man, I'm excited. Blood. Oh Christ. Okay, that might be the vampire part. Looks like I'm definitely going back and reading all of this later. This is awesome. Who's this dude in the Hawaiian shirt? Okay, I read like crab and a bunch of other animals there. Okay, here's the person running. Maybe I do remember this show. At least the first 2 minutes. I definitely didn't remember that sequence though. Yes, I remember this. Okay. This looks insane. Does he have like an actual like photographic memory, or is this just a technique? I know that she's on the poster. That's something. Not ignoring her was the right decision, I think. Senjo Gahara. There's no such thing as mass. Oh yeah, shit, this was meant to go off. Lameo. Alright. Hey, it's the staplers. I remember the staplers. I can yet make it still on time. I might as well. I didn't read that. Before I'm even more wrong. I mean, this is just cool. I don't even know what to say. The use of white space here is fantastic as well. Hitagi Crab Stable. Like the real life shots here. Awesome. Say Nishio Ishin. I think that's the author of the light novels. Oh Christ. That's a decision. Probably with some form of fetish attached to it, I must say. But maybe not. Maybe it's just completely innocent. I don't know. Giantess and all that. It's Monday the 8th of May. We're already seniors. There's not much we should do, and studying for entrance exams is more important. Araragi-kun. The representative of class representatives. Yep, classic. I think this is the scene they directly parody in Kaguya-sama. Senjo Gahara. Hmm. Place name. This is very Japanese. They're doing a decent job translating it, though, I think. That's pretty. I like the use of light here. It really creates a great mood of the scene. Great color palette. Interesting, might be somewhat of a sociopath. Nice head tilt. What kind of person is Senju Gahara? Perfect honor student. They have a week off, right? The audio here is insane. During middle school, she was a lot livelier. Hmm. This whole show is so aesthetic. Bit of a rich girl? Yeah, a little bit. Hmm? Hmm. Oshino. Okay, Hanakawa. Oshino-san. The voice acting is great as well. What is that shot? How did they even do that? Is that her? Oh, the razor. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. She's gonna Joker him. Hit him with the stapler. Oh my goodness. Oh, 5 kilos. She has no weight. I met a crab and it took my weight away. What? This is just so interesting. Oh my goodness. Don't hit him with the stapler again. Hope his tetanus is up to date. Like, Jesus. I just want to say, like, this is one of the only other shows other than Kaguya-sama that's doing, like, the audio stuff. I just got, like, mugged. Yeah. He forgot his bag. Oh, that was kind of slick animation-wise. They needed a good pout there, I think. The stationary lord. What? What's inside his mouth? Like no wound? Yeah. Okay. He's a little healing boy. Oshi no meme. Back into a human from a vampire. Oh god, look at these signs. It's basic knowledge. What is a Sundra? This is very self aware. Oh, this is beautiful. True. Eh? Yeah. It's like an office works out here. I have 5,000 troops. Like the text on the eyes is like insane. Oh my, what the hell? How'd they even do that? That was like that one show on the ABC with the fruit. What would that even mean? He's an expert in like the occult and weird. It's like a rundown school. Again. Oh, he's he's trolling him. Summer. In like the diagram. That was so good. Oh. Oh, yeah, completely normal. A lot during Golden Week. Oshino Shinobu. I don't like this guy's vibe. Let's get a bit of background. Would be nice. Oh my god, what's she looking at? A weight crab. Hmm. Do the light on Shinobu in the back. Hmm. Huh. She knows more than she's letting on? What did she wish for? I don't trust this guy at all. That's it? Excellent. How good was that? Oh, I want to watch another one right now. This is a bop too. I feel like I've heard this song. I may have heard it on Osu. So this is Senjogahara here, and all the other characters that'll be in the show. Oh yeah, this is a good beat map. She really hit him with the scissors though, huh? I don't know if this show will have next time on, so I'll try to avoid them if they're here. This style reminds me a lot of Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei as well. Yeah, yeah. Don't show me this. Yeah, maybe let me know if I should watch next time ons in the show if they're important to the story or that kind of thing. But I wouldn't think that would be. All right, cool. That was awesome. Let's get into the analysis. Okay. Well, this is the analysis portion of the video. We're going to go through a few frames and talk about a couple things, but mostly, yeah, this show is excellent. Great first episode, very shaft, extremely shaft in style, but yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's very familiar to me having watched Madoka and Much Comes in Like a Lion and that kind of thing. One of the first things that I've noticed is the what would I say? The use of the audio techniques. Like the audio will be very muted and low. I think that's to signify Araragi's like what's the word? Inner thoughts and that kind of thing. Just looking at the shot that's on screen right now, it's actually exquisite. The use of space and the colors and that kind of thing. And what was the school's name again? Nawa Etsu High School. Um, can I do a bit of this? Yep, yep. When we're gonna get that off screen. That was a great introduction to what I think this show is going to be about. It seems somewhat out of place so far, but from what I've heard about the show, it does get a little towards the ecchi side. Not that I mind that as long as we're doing it in a way that's actually conducive to storytelling. So far, the jury's still out, but I have a lot of faith that this show's actually going to do something with that kind of stuff. But I digress. All right. Okay, let's can I just play a little bit? So that was 1 full second, and then Hanaka was walking the other way. Then we get this shot here. So just as an introduction, like overall, which characters did we meet today? We met Araragi, we met Hanakawa, Senjo Gahara, I think was her name. She seems like the main girl. She's on the poster. But it should be pretty clear that she's going to play an important role in the story. We met Oshino Meme, Oshino Shinobu. Those were 5 characters we met today. And Araragi has 2 sisters, Karen and somebody else, I want to say. Anyway, it matters not right now. Just yeah, Shaft is awesome. Look at the colors. The big I don't know what you call that, like the sun ray as well. Just great decisions. So I'm a little bit confused at the timeline. So this is the same afternoon, I'm imagining. But why was he outside? Because this looks like an afternoon, like sunset type of deal, not a sunrise. But maybe I'm incorrect there. All right. So we go through here. Yeah, there was this whole sequence, right? Wasn't there also like some insane like text on screen? Try to skip the panties. In vain. I don't know what YouTube's policy there is. Kiss shot, ace roller Oreo. Apparently hitting E helps. I'm getting lots of panties on screen. That's always good. Just want to read this bit of text. Kiss, shot, Ace Orion, heart under blade. What does this mean? Duty? I think I'll have to report it soon. Certainly I have that duty. What? What was that supposed to mean? Cool. Then we go through this whole sequence, and then this sequence here was insane. Huge sweeping shot. Still great colors. These all say blood, right? Yeah. Araragi Koyomi. Okay. Yes, that is his name. Streetlight? This is presumably a vampire of some kind. She has the same color hair as Shinobu. Maybe something's up there. It's hard to say at this point. It really is. Okay, let me. I met her during a short vacation between the second and third years of high school. Is she the vampire that made him a vampire? Maybe. Yeah, okay. And then this might be the past as well. Look at these designs on these guys as well. The two katanas and the giant crucifix. And again, it's all lots of street signs. I wonder what that means, like a fork in the road for the character? But the street signs all over this thing, like directions from outside telling you how to do certain things. It's a strange one, I must say. It really is. Of course, even if I could have avoided that misfortune by chance, someone else would have suffered the same fate. Actually, maybe not. It's so quick. I could say that I was unlucky. That's a very irresponsible position. Maybe I should just accept that it was my fault. Then there's this fate-looking guy back here. Like, what the hell? Look at these dudes. This is just information overload. This is Oshino Meme helping him, presumably? Senjogahara Hitagi is regarded as a so-called weak girl in the class. Although throughout high school she has always been in the same class as me for first year, second year, and third year, that's this year I have never once seen her do anything active. She's always in the back of the class and reading a book by herself. She has always sat at the back of the classroom reading books alone. Sometimes it is a hardcover that looks difficult, other times it is a comic book with a cover design indicating that it will decrease your intellect just by reading it. And that's obviously because of her weight thing, that she doesn't want to participate in sports and that kind of thing. Makes sense. Again, all of these like street signs. Does this indicate that Hanakawa perhaps saw something to do with Araragi? It, it's certainly insinuated that Hanakawa thought certain things about Araragi through their conversation in the next scene. Suitably, she's smart and top of the class. You definitely find the name Senjogahara Hitagi within the top 10 names in the rankings passed out after an exam. Somebody trying to grab Senjogahara? Was that Hanakawa? It's Hanakawa. Now Meme's got a heart? Was that Shinobu? Then who is that? Is that the failure to create a vampire or something? Was said about Shinobu? This is all very confusing. That's the vampire from before. That animation's insane, by the way. She doesn't seem to have any friends, not even one person. Every time. Of course, on the other hand, you can't say that she's being bullied. Senjogahara has always had a face like it's natural, there in the back of class reading a book. She was building a wall around herself. Araragi mad at this vampire lady? That then destroys her arm? Being there is natural. Like something is natural. What did that say? Not being here is like natural. How is anybody supposed to read any of this? This is insane. Yeah, so like I said, she's of no consequence. My goodness. Even though I placed some ill fortune in the same class as her for 3 years, or because there was a person I didn't share even one word worth, it was no way lonely, and I was okay with that. Senjugahara should have been okay with that too. And then that's what I thought, and then that day happened. Crab. Snail. Mayoi. Mai. I know her from uh, stuff about this show. She's in the show. So she is Snail. I wonder what Snail did to her. She's got her bag on kind of like a snail. She's got like two, like pigtails, kind of like a snail. It's interesting. I like that. Monkey. Okay, I don't know who you are. Is this like a harem? Is this like a harem show? Seems like a pseudo harem, potentially. Hanakawa at least seems somewhat interested in Araragi. I don't know. Snake. It's the girl with the hat from Renai Circulation. Cat. Tsubasa Cat. That's Hanakawa? Vampire. Koyoi Vampire. Beginning. Original creator Nishio Ishin. Shinobu Akiyuki, director. Moving Pictures by Shaft. Nishio Ishin. Shinobu Akiyuki is the director of Bakemonogatari. Okay, and then we're into the show proper. Okay, I got past all of the text that was on screen that went past super fast that I couldn't read. I feel like that's going to be a theme of this show, but anyway, I digress. Being late as usual, I was rushing up the stairs in school, and just when I was on the landing, a girl fell from the sky above. I'm guessing this is text from the light novel. That would make sense to me. I love the way this shot is put together. It reminds me a lot of Madoka, the start of Madoka, and there's a very similar shot of her running, like an overhead shot looking down on her. I don't know what this is trying to convey, really, other than. Also, who paid for the staircase? Was it the school? Like, it's unclear. Anyway. Senjogahara Hitagi. She was falling from the sky. There she goes. The doves flying away. Like light as a feather? Something like that, maybe? I don't know. She slipped on a banana peel, too. Yeah, it's definitely the feathers. So the feathers are demonstrating how light she is. She's light like a feather. I don't know what that said, but I'm not going back. This is an insane shot. Like, I love people falling from the sky. It's one of my favorite tropes. Black scene. Kuro. What is black scene? What did they mean by this? This is insane. As it were a joke, as if it couldn't be stranger, as if it couldn't be more ominous, as if she didn't exist in this world. She had almost no weight, or anything that could be called weight to speak of. Well, she had 5 kilos of weight. What is this animation number? The top corner as well. Is that like the frame? The cut? I've no clue how anime's put together, so don't quote me on that or anything. Nice head tilt. Love a good shaft head tilt. And then into the staplers. So there was some text on screen during this opening, and I think I might go through it when it replays throughout the series a little bit more, just so I can get a bit of momentum here. But her being a giantess, definitely an interesting one, I must say. I wonder if the character in the opening changes with each arc, because it keeps saying Hitagi crab, and then it went through the other animals, that kind of thing. So potentially there's something there. And then there was this scene. Pool. This is interesting. It's like the sporting stuff is being shown empty because Senjogahara isn't using it anymore. That'd be an interesting one, I think. I think that's what it's trying to indicate. There's so much blank space in this show. You know what I mean? Like, there's no. It's not like a Kyoto Animation production where there's just people flying everywhere and it's absurdly impressive. This is more in like an every frame you could put on a wall and be pretty happy about it kind of sense. It's very artistic. Like this kind of stuff. This reminds me of Evangelion a little bit, like the rebuild stuff. Like that kind of shot. So they're trying to plan something for a cultural festival and entrance exams are coming up. Let's make a list of what we can do. Yeah, it was the audio in these type of shots, these first person ones that are like his internal dialogue. This whole first person sequence was quite interesting for me. Let me just see if I can find the shot in Kaguya-sama where it's parodying this. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, so this it's a bit of a strange one. Like why did they parody this in Kaguya-sama? That's it's very weird. I just remember reading about this and is this a particularly famous scene that maybe comes back a bit further on? I don't know. It's unclear to me at this point, but that exists. She's the studious type. She's the student council president or student council presidents, I think they said, or class representative. Starts talking about Senjo Gahara because he's interested because of that he just caught her. Interesting. Yeah, as I said in the reaction, the colors here are awesome. Like a very like late afternoon color set. Now, Hanakawa went to the same middle school as her and remembers her being very popular and bubbly and normal like that. But she obviously doesn't do that anymore since the crab incident. But when Araragi said that he was a vampire, she didn't seem that perturbed about the whole situation. So she at least has some understanding of the occult. It's interesting. Like all of these shots are just very like it just looks fantastic. I don't know how many different ways I can say it. It just it looks fantastic. Especially for a show that came I think this came out in 2009. That's very impressive. Yeah, her father is a big shot in a foreign corporation. I picked this up as well, so potentially this will come back as well. So she's definitely not short on money and that kind of thing. She did like to be called, what is it, Senjo Gahara Sama earlier as well, which is, maybe Araragi gets a kick out of that anyway. Yeah, and then she sticks a razor blade in his mouth for talking shit. Just something. That's a direction we can take this. She loves her school supplies. This was all like a very well put together sequence as well. I felt like there was razor blades in my mouth, if that makes any sense. Not the least because it's a POV shot, but anyway. Yeah, this shows her like her weight records and that kind of thing. Great, her measurements on screen, awesome. There was a shot later where they used like a medical diagram when Araragi gets poked in the eyes. Like insane. Like why do that? There was also like a bit of a gratuitous shot of her toes, but anyway, it's anime. We'll just let that pass. I love this shot of the legs as well. As Naoko Yamada said, you can tell a lot about a person from the shot of their legs. He did get stapled in the mouth though. You didn't really spare him, but I digress. Okay, what happened? Then he warns Hanakawa to not eat any bananas because she'll slip and die again. She's gonna tell on him for running in the halls. Very class president. Very studious. Cool. And then he shows her that he doesn't have the wound anymore. So he's got some leftover immortality from when he was a vampire. Okay, interesting. And that makes her drop everything. She loves it. This dialogue, this back and forth, is very Bunny Girl Senpai. But I guess you could say that Bunny Girl Senpai just took it from this show. Do you ever understand what a moe character means? Yeah, Oshino Meme, not very moe. I don't think he was moe in the past either. He doesn't seem like that type of character. But again, yeah, the street signs back here as well. I wonder what there's so much like almost urban planning stuff about this. It has such a like an isolating sense of location about the whole show. Like even the opening, it was black and white and it was like an abandoned city where she loomed large over it. It's just very interesting. You don't see anybody walking on the sidewalks really. Like I struggle to say a cold, isolating industrial city because it still has lots of light and beauty to it, but it's yeah, inorganic would be one of the words I would use for it. It's an interesting direction. I wonder if they'll keep it up or subvert it in different ways. Yeah, he kind of scams her here. Well, not really scams, but he doesn't tell her the full story of what he truly intends to do. So he gets her to come with him and then get rid of the weapons because he trusts Meme and doesn't want any harm to befall him. I have 5,000 troops. Is this because of her rich dad, or is she just talking smack? It's unclear. Your two younger sisters are still in middle school, aren't they? And his eyes. She knows who my family is. Interesting. Why does she know that? Well, she did share a classroom with him for years, but he certainly doesn't know anything about her. Interesting. The white here on all these pipes and cords and stuff. The school proper looked very clean, where this is very disheveled and unkempt. I think, is there some kind of juxtaposition between Oshino Meme and Hanakawa? That'd be interesting. Yeah, there's a bit of like organic roots and stuff running through it as well. Oh yeah, this was insane. No, this wasn't the head, was it? Yeah, here's the head. This reminds me of the Madoka's ending sequence for the episodes where Madoka runs away from the camera. Awesome ending, love it. One of my personal favorites. The song is so cool as well. The song for this ending actually slapped as well. Anyway, let's get into the gross food part. Like what's in his head? Like spaghetti, bit of corned meat, bit of cheese. What is that? Some caviar or something like that? Some fish eggs, bit of lettuce. If I say it doesn't, does it hurt if I say being immortal is convenient? I mean, it is. Not anymore. that's that's got a bit of Kaguya-sama about it, where they've put an immense amount of effort into a scene that, to my knowledge, just does not matter. Like right now, this isn't an important scene, and they've put an absurd amount of work into it, like a stop motion food brain explosion. It's very strange to me. You might not be able to tell with my clothes on, but surprisingly enough, my body isn't worth the jail time. She's saying that Araragi's going to do something to her? You're either too insecure, or your persecution complex has gotten way out of hand. What an odd sequence. My gosh. Even so, there are things you shouldn't say, and there are things that you should say and things that you shouldn't. Intriguing, like why this scene here? Why are they talking about that there? What is going on? It's very strange to me. Give me a good shot of Oshino Meme. She called her this chick. Senjo Gahara Sama. Poked his eyes out. Yeah. I don't trust this guy very much at all. He's keeping a little girl in the corner. What was the explanation there? She helped me a lot during Golden Week. Like I said, she's nothing. A ruined vampire. Leftovers of a beautiful demon. And then she immediately understands. A ruined vampire. Leftovers of a beautiful demon. So harsh words. She has not said a line of dialogue yet. So I think the implication of this whole scene is that the Hitagi crab is a god. Hitagi, like he said kami in there as well somewhere. Like there's a connection between crabs and gods. She has made a wish to this crab and it's stolen some of her weight because he said the crabs aren't a violent creature, if you know what I mean. They don't just take for no reason. Interesting to say the least. Then there's this whole sequence. I think this is to indicate that it turns to night. And then, yeah, Shinobu in the corner. There are rumors of it being a rabbit. There's also rumors of it being a beautiful woman. It's not Shinobu, though. One, don't be weird, Meme. Don't be weird. Uh, Interesting that the crab might not be a crab as we know it. It could be different form of something. They're everywhere, yet nowhere. You can say it was both around you and not around you before you became like this. So it's kind of in like a transcendental plane of existence. It didn't become like this because of some saint. It's just that your point of view changed. My point of view. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that you can't. I can't stand you acting all victimized, young lady. It's just there and it won't appear if you don't wish for anything. And all these shots are like insane. It's like the wider shot and then the close up of the eyes. I don't want to delve so deep into your situation. Interesting. And he's constantly got one eye on the moon through the skylight or whatever this is. Intriguing. It's a lot of stuff to keep in my head and keep thinking about. That's awesome. Yeah, and continue next time. That's it. This ending was fantastic too. I'm pretty sure these are just dramatizations of all the different characters in the show. It's got a lot of stationery. Yeah, these seem like the characters that I saw during the opening sequence of the show. Awesome. Yeah, this sounded great too. This says Rio and Supercell. I wonder if they're involved because I like some of their music. Yeah, it's just extremely well put together show. Like, I'm intrigued. I'm in, and I want to see more. You can see the shaft all over this, and the considering this came in 2009, you could see the ripples of this show throughout the entire industry. Really, more than anything, I like a show that obviously is trying to tell me something. It doesn't exist for any other reason really, other than artistic merit. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I just loved it. I really loved it. I thought it was great, and I can't wait to see more. I think I'll watch more next week. I think that's the plan at the moment. I might try to sneak in 2 episodes. We'll see, and I'll try to see if I can produce some kind of picture-in-picture version to be down the bottom. But I digress. Okay, this has been my first reaction video to the Monogatari series, and I'm very happy with how it went. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. Awesome. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, and more than anything, put a comment down the bottom. I just want to see what people think. If there's anything I can do to improve my presentation or any of that, I would love to hear it as well. Awesome. Just thank you very much. See you guys later. Cheers.